Hello everyone, it's Andrew from GemTCG, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about why your sales might be slower lately as compared to previous months and even just previous weeks. And a lot of the reason is because obviously the market is cooling off a little bit, and there's obviously some brand new hype because of Phantasmal Flames, but overall there's been a little bit of a cool off period and correction for the market. But one of the biggest reasons why your sales might be slower right now in the month of November is because of this promo that we are seeing right now, which is the TCG Player Cyber Weekend promotion. And they typically do this obviously every year during this time period, but they also do it during certain time periods of whenever they just want to do a random promotion. They'll give store credit to buyers. Usually, I think it's 10% is what they give. It's a pretty big amount of store credit. So what this causes is a lot of people to wait and hold their money until the event so that way they can maximize their dollar. And it's very smart obviously to do that, but this causes a lot of slowdown in your sales, because if a bunch of people are just saving their money waiting to do this event and pay for cards through this event, it's going to slow things down and cause sales to slow down obviously. But then once this happens and people stop holding on to their money and start buying cards again, your sales will pick up again. And it'll just be, we're 2 weeks away from when this starts. So I think it's fair to expect that sales will stay around the same rate until then. And then obviously during that weekend, things are going to change because eBay also does Black Friday, I'm pretty sure. And if you sell on eBay, I would recommend doing like a coupon promotion for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, or just doing it for that whole weekend in general. Maybe do like a 3 get 1 free, or buy 4 cards get 15% off. Do something like that to incentivize people to buy from you rather than just buying from anyone else, because I'm sure a lot of bigger stores are going to be doing that. So if you want to maximize your sales and take advantage of the time period, that is a very good way to make extra money. And also, now that we're talking about this promotion and like the going on with TCG Player during this time period, I want to also talk about something that typically happens with these events and what they cause as like is that a lot of sealed product will go up in value. And the reason why this is because people obviously they're saving their money up, and if they're going to invest in sealed product, they're going to do it when it makes most sense. And one of the times that makes the most sense is to buy it when there's a promotion going on. Because if you can get 10% store credit and you're spending like $2,000 on sealed product, that's $200 for basically for free, that you can then go in and buy more sealed product or buy more inventory or do whatever. So I think that a lot of sealed product is going to definitely go up in value after this event. And I want to just hopefully find an example, because I know that they did one not too long ago. I think, well, actually, here's a perfect example. 151 ETBs around the same period last year were $100. And then after Black Friday, they went up almost like 20% immediately. Look at all these sales, 144 items sold. Looks like on average, 100 of them were selling per week for that whole month. And obviously it cools down afterwards. But you can definitely expect to see sealed product going up in value after this event. So I think now would be the perfect time to look into some things that you are interested in buying and make that action and like take action on it. Because I'm not saying it will be the last time you could buy this stuff at a good price, but it's definitely one of the better looking options if you can. And yeah, it looks actually last year, November 29th to December 2nd, they had their last promotion. So it looks like they do it around the same time period every year. And clearly like the sales show for, and it causes these prices to rise, because the way TCG Player works and basically any market is, if something is selling very well, all the sellers are just going to raise their price, and then that becomes the new price. Because if 146 of them are selling at, let's say, 120, no one's going to just list it again at 120. They're just going to go up. They're going to go to 140, see if it sells then. And then like that just builds that new price history, which is why things like TCG Player are so influential on market prices. Because like, let's say on eBay listing something, someone could sell it for $10, someone could sell something for $5, but like there's no direct number to track all price history, so it's a little bit different. And if I had to kind of make a judgment on this, I don't know if I would be, like me personally, I don't think I'm going to be buying sealed product at the moment, because I think it's just still too high right now. And the sets that I'm looking at are just not as like good looking to me. If I were to buy anything, it would probably be more prismatic ETBs, because I still think it's very cheap. I've been buying more lately because the market went down a little bit, so I was paying like $115 per box. It looks like it's coming back up again, and truthfully I think this might be the best play for what to do during this time period, because it's still very, in my opinion, but obviously I'm biased. I have a decent amount of prismatic in my like investment. But back to what I want to mainly show is that if you are selling on eBay or TCG Player, I would say stock up on inventory right now because the market is slower, and then have some coupons ready. And if you don't know how to do that, I have videos on it, but basically you just go to marketing, discounts, and then you can make any of these. You can make a sale event, shipping discount, volume pricing. I think coupon might be the best one for now, because people are looking for coupons. Like, it makes them feel a certain way, and it incentivizes them to buy. Like, look at this one. Did an extra 10% off if you buy 4 or more items, and 39,000 of my sales are from that. Granted, it started in November of last year, but still, that's a pretty high number for just like a 10% coupon, and being able to buy more cards, because that's what you have to think of. Like, typically people are going to buy one card at a time, so you want to get them to be able to buy more, so that way you could save on the shipping, get more money up front rather than like slowly selling stuff. And you can get a 10% discount, but you're selling 3 more items than what you would normally would with a single card sale. That's huge, and the amount you save on shipping is definitely going to outweigh that 10%. And another caveat to this is I put a limit of $10. So the 10% can never exceed $10 worth of a discount. And I think that's very important to put, because if you're, like, let's say, like I have the Umbreon Evolving Skies for sale, and let's say I had that 10% coupon, someone could buy that card and like 3 other $1 cards, and they'll save $300. So you want to limit it so that way you don't get burned on giving away too much. And then another good one, this was a lot of people in the TCG Automate Discord mentioned, it's like a buy 3 get 1 free. And I mean, it's been working. Started it 9 days ago, and it's been it's led to getting to the sales. And this is for like for my store, I pay at a limit of $3, because the cheapest thing I'll sell is $3. So if they buy 3 cards, they'll get 1 for free. Those cards probably cost me like 5 to 10 cents. I'm selling through like 4 at a time. I'm basically turning like 20 cents into $10, the shipping and the fees, but it's very profitable and has led to quite a lot of sales. I mean, 78 items sold a little over a week is pretty significant, I think. And even if you look at this one, because it ended, make sure you don't put end dates like too soon, because it ended not even a month after, like, what is that, 3 after, and it was doing really well. I got 76 orders for $990, and I mean, that's a very good opinion, especially considering what I was selling. Because look at this, quantity sold 377, the sales number is 990. So like the average item sold $3. And for me to sell something for $3, that means I paid really low. So these sales are like basically pure profit. And I think you guys should really do that, especially if you have a lot of lower end cards. But yeah, basically what I want to say is take this next 2 weeks to be buying up more inventory for your store, so that you can have it listed for that weekend, because all these marketplaces are going to be doing promotions, which means people are going to be coming there to buy cards, and they're going to be spending a lot of money, because when there's a sale, people spend more. It sounds counterintuitive, but like that's just how the works. And you want to set yourself up to be successful during that time period rather than just treating it like a normal day. Because I've showed it before and I'll show it again, but if we look at my sales from last year, starting in September, you could see a huge increase. Actually, well, let's just look at November, December. 25K, 30, almost 33,000 in December. So you're going to want to be just stockpiling up all of your inventory, getting them listed so that way in these 2 months you can have as much sales as possible. And then obviously, like, look at this and then January, almost like a third of this. So definitely pile up on inventory, be prepared for this time period, and then try to maximize your sales. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.